Before we start, comment below the SUV you want me to cover next because I actually read your comments and make videos based on what you guys request. Whether it's Toyota, Cadillac, Ford, Jeep, Lexus, GMC, or luxury SUVs, drop the name below. And if you enjoy honest SUV content focused on reliability, luxury, ownership costs, and smart buying advice, hit subscribe because this channel is all about helping people avoid expensive mistakes. Now, today we're talking about one of the most talked about SUVs in America right now, the Jeep Wagoneer. And honestly, this SUV shocked a lot of people when Jeep brought the Wagoneer name back. Because instead of making another normal SUV, Jeep decided to go directly after giant luxury SUVs like the Cadillac Escalade, Lincoln Navigator, and Chevrolet Suburban. And they did not hold back. The Wagoneer is huge, powerful, luxurious, expensive, and honestly kind of intimidating on the road. But here's the big question. Is it actually worth buying in 2026? Or is it just another flashy luxury SUV hiding expensive long-term problems underneath? Today we're breaking down everything. The design, luxury, engine performance, space, fuel economy, reliability concerns, ownership experience, and whether this massive SUV truly deserves the hype. 8. The Wagoneer looks absolutely massive on the road. The very first thing you notice about the Wagoneer is its size. Pictures honestly don't fully prepare you for how huge this SUV looks in person. It has serious road presence. Huge grille, giant body, massive wheels, long proportions. Everything about it screams full-size American luxury SUV. And honestly, Jeep knew exactly what they were doing with the styling because this thing grabs attention everywhere. A lot of modern SUVs are starting to look similar these days, but the Wagoneer feels different. It mixes classic American SUV styling with modern luxury design, which is one reason people instantly recognize it. And if you get the longer Wagoneer L version, that thing basically feels like driving a luxury bus. But honestly, size comes with trade-offs too. Parking this SUV in crowded cities can feel stressful, tight parking garages become annoying, and maneuvering small roads isn't exactly fun. So while the massive size looks impressive, buyers definitely need to understand what daily driving a vehicle this big actually feels like. So let me ask you this. Would you actually want to daily drive an SUV this huge? 7. The interior feels shockingly luxurious. One thing Jeep absolutely got right is the interior, because honestly, the inside of the Wagoneer shocked many people the first time they sat in one. Premium materials, giant screens, soft leather, modern lighting, wood trim, huge seats. This SUV genuinely feels luxurious. And this is important because older Jeep interiors were often criticized for not feeling premium enough compared to competitors. But the Wagoneer changed that conversation completely. Jeep clearly wanted buyers cross-shopping Escalades and Navigators to feel impressed immediately. The amount of space inside is also insane. Families get huge second-row comfort. Adults can actually sit comfortably in the third row. And cargo space is massive. Honestly, this SUV was built for American families who take road trips, carry lots of luggage, or simply want maximum comfort. One thing buyers especially love is how quiet the cabin feels on highways. For such a massive SUV, the Wagoneer feels surprisingly refined during long-distance driving. And honestly, comfort matters a lot once you start spending hours inside a vehicle this large. So tell me honestly, what matters more to you in a luxury SUV? Exterior design or interior comfort? 6. The power and towing capability are serious. The Wagoneer isn't just about luxury, it's also seriously powerful. Jeep designed this SUV for buyers who need towing capability, highway power, and confident performance despite the massive size. Depending on the model year and trim, the Wagoneer comes with strong engine options that make highway driving feel effortless. Even though this SUV is huge, acceleration feels surprisingly smooth and strong for something this heavy. And then there's towing. This is one reason many Americans choose large SUVs over crossovers. Boats, trailers, campers, work equipment. The Wagoneer can handle serious towing duties while still providing luxury-level comfort inside. Honestly, this is where truck-based SUVs like the Wagoneer still dominate. Crossovers may be more fuel efficient, But when it comes to heavy-duty capability combined with luxury, giant SUVs like this still have a huge advantage. But here's the question. How many buyers actually need this much towing power in real life? 5. Fuel economy is definitely not great. Now let's talk about one of the biggest downsides, fuel economy. Because honestly, nobody buys a Wagoneer expecting Prius-level MPG numbers. This thing is huge, heavy, and powerful, and you absolutely feel that at gas stations. In city driving especially, fuel costs can become painful quickly. And with fuel prices always unpredictable in America, owning a giant SUV like this definitely requires financial planning. This is honestly becoming one of the biggest challenges for full-size SUVs today. Buyers love the comfort and space, but they also realize modern hybrid SUVs can save huge amounts of money long-term. And this creates an interesting debate, because some buyers still believe big V8-style SUVs represent freedom, comfort, and American road trip culture, while others are moving towards smaller hybrid crossovers for efficiency. So let me ask you honestly, would bad fuel economy stop you from buying your dream SUV? 4. Reliability concerns still scare many buyers. This is where things get controversial, because while the Wagoneer looks amazing and feels luxurious, reliability concerns still make many buyers nervous. Owners and mechanics have reported issues involving electronics, infotainment systems, warning lights, software bugs, and other quality control frustrations. And honestly, this becomes especially worrying because luxury SUV repairs are never cheap. Now, to be fair, not every owner experiences major problems. Some people absolutely love their Wagoneers, but the issue is consistency. Buyers spending this much money expect reliability confidence, and Jeep still hasn't fully earned Toyota or Lexus-level trust in this category. And honestly, this matters a lot in 2026 because people are keeping vehicles longer than before. Buyers don't just care about how an SUV feels during the first test drive. They care about ownership 5 or 10 years later, too. This is exactly why reliability reputation matters so much in America. Because once a brand gains a reputation for expensive long-term problems, buyers become cautious very quickly. So here's the question. Would you risk buying a luxury SUV if reliability reviews were mixed? 3. The Wagoneer competes against some serious rivals. One of the biggest challenges for the Wagoneer is the competition, because this segment is full of absolute giants in the SUV world. The Cadillac Escalade has celebrity status, the Chevrolet Suburban has legendary practicality, the Toyota Sequoia has stronger reliability trust, the Lincoln Navigator dominates luxury comfort, and even luxury brands like Lexus and Mercedes compete for buyers wanting premium SUVs. So the Wagoneer enters a market where buyers already have many trusted options. And honestly, that makes long-term reliability even more important. But at the same time, some buyers specifically love the Wagoneer because it feels different. It has more personality than some competitors. And the Jeep brand still carries emotional appeal for many Americans. And honestly, emotion plays a huge role in SUV buying decisions. Sometimes people buy vehicles simply because they love how they feel behind the wheel. 2. This SUV was built specifically for America. The Wagoneer feels like one of the most American vehicles on sale today. Everything about it is oversized. Space, comfort, power, road presence, towing capability, luxury features. This SUV was clearly designed for long highways, giant parking lots, road trips, and big American families. And honestly, that's why many people love full-size SUVs so much. They feel comfortable, commanding, and practical in a uniquely American way. You sit high above traffic, passengers get huge amounts of space, and long-distance driving feels relaxed. That's something smaller crossovers often struggle to match. The Wagoneer basically represents the idea that bigger can still feel better, and for many SUV buyers, that absolutely matters. 1. So, is the Wagoneer actually worth buying? At the end of the day, the Jeep Wagoneer is one of the most interesting SUVs in America because it does many things extremely well, but also comes with important risks buyers should understand. If your priority is space, luxury, road presence, towing capability, and comfort, the Wagoneer absolutely delivers. It feels premium, looks expensive, and dominates the road in a way smaller SUVs simply can't. But if your biggest priorities are long-term reliability, fuel economy, and low ownership stress, buyers should think carefully before jumping in. Because luxury SUV ownership becomes very different once warranty coverage disappears. Honestly, the Wagoneer feels like an SUV people buy emotionally first and logically second. And depending on the buyer, that can either become an amazing experience or a very expensive mistake. So that's the Jeep Wagoneer, one of the biggest, boldest, and most talked about SUVs in America right now. It's luxurious, powerful, massive, and honestly pretty impressive, but it's definitely not perfect. If this video helped you, hit subscribe and turn on notifications because we post honest SUV content like this all the time. And before you leave, comment below, would you actually buy a Jeep Wagoneer over an Escalade or Toyota Sequoia?